Hi, Scorpio, and welcome to your first monthly zodiac sign reading for August. I normally do pick a cards on my channel, but in my private client work, I do readings for everyone, not pick a card. So I thought, you know what, I need to start doing zodiac readings. I watch them for myself. I certainly can do them. So hopefully you will enjoy this. We're going to be talking about different things here. That's why the cards are laid out already. I have tarot to go along with them. And basically, we're going to be talking about any challenges or shadows that you may have and things that will bring you joy, what you need to embrace, what you need to avoid, what you need to make time for. So let's go through each card. They may resonate for you one by one or as a whole. Remember, this is for the entire month. And if it doesn't resonate with you, maybe try looking at your rising sign or moon sign, okay? Because they may resonate more with you this month for whatever reason. But Scorpio, let's get going. Now, first thing we have up here is communication. And we have Pisces up there. And this is the challenge card. So what you may face is a challenge card for August, okay? And it's communication. So with the Pisces card there, I almost want to say that maybe this is, maybe it's a little bit up in your head, or maybe it's a little bit flighty, or maybe it's a little bit too dreamy. And that's why it's going to be a challenge for you with someone about something this month, communication. Can't say for sure. I do have a tarot here, so let's look. The World. The World normally comes up as, celebrating the end of a cycle. But for some reason, in this celebrating of the end of a cycle here, I want to say there's going to be some difficult communication. And maybe it's because one person's going to be like all up in their head and dreamy about it, and the other person's going to be more practical, possibly. I just love that it's communication. It's peas in a pod, which normally everything should go like two peas in a pod. But I feel like, for whatever reason, I need to say that it may not be so pea and poddy for you, okay? So let's just say a balance. There's a 2 here. A balance needs to be had, and that's going to be the challenge, okay, that you may face in August. Now, let's go into positivity. What energy should you embrace? What can bring you joy and gratitude is what has come up here. It may be just taking time to smell the roses too, right? I'm looking at the roses here. Gemini, it could also be just, being open to new ideas, I want to say, with Gemini, because they have so many and they're so smart and intelligent. They can be all over the place sometimes, but it's always usually in a good way. But I just want to say that it's just being able to take time to have gratitude about all of the different wonderful ideas and opportunities that come into your life. I don't know where I know it's coming from God, Source, Universe, but how here? It's confusing me a little bit. King of Cups. Okay, let's see if that helps. Emotional balance, I want to say. So maybe for you, Scorpio, you need to enjoy or embrace emotional balance, because I kind of feel like over here it's not going to be emotionally balanced. And here I'm kind of thinking, well, you know what? If we can embrace that and be thankful for it, that we're able to come out of a situation, maybe it's just having gratitude for the fact that you are a king, the fact that you are on top of your game, the fact that you are sitting there balanced in the water, okay? You're not sinking. You're above water. Okay, I'm going to go with that. Those are the words that were coming in. And I feel with a 9, yeah, you're coming again to the end of a cycle, and you should be happy about that, because I feel like it's emotionally balanced you in some way. So you found balance in there somehow. Okay, let's move on. Things that you need to work on, maybe. Any negativity, any shadows that you may have. Look, you're showing up for yourself here, and it's trust. We have the evil eye here as well, which is protection. So in the month of August, you may be coming up against some trust issues with a situation, a person, okay? And you may be, kind of putting your wall up, but they're saying, no. I had this in another sign too, and it's coming out the same way. They're saying, no, dig a little deeper. I feel like there's more truth to be found, okay? You are a little sleuth. You're the detective here. So you may have to dig a little deeper before blocking your trust off about a particular situation or person, okay? Because I think that you might find that it will all work out okay in the end. Let's look here. 9 of Pentacles. Yes, it is. Okay. Yeah, that's confirmation. You could even just need to work on trust issues about whether or not you're going to be able to be successful or to be able to do it on your own without the help of others. That could also be a message in there for some of you, okay? Just kind of, in a bit of a negative Nelly where you're thinking, you know what, there's no way I can succeed. How am I going to do this? And they're saying, trust, have faith, basically. So it could be one of either things for you. When we look down here at what do I need to make more time for, or time for in general, healing. Yes. Taking time out. There's an Aries sign here. And I want to say that is the I am. It's all about me, me, me. That's one thing about Aries, me, myself, and I. So this is you taking time out, because this is 10. This is the ending. I really feel like we keep coming up to that. And this is a 3-look communication. So this is all tying together somehow. But you've come to the end of a cycle, and you need to be thankful that you've come out of it. I'm going to say with your head above the water. Maybe some trust issues, or how am I going to do it on my own? But also take the time out to heal. What card do we have with that? Oh my God, you guys, look. The 4 of Swords. Yes, just take a beat. Relax. Take time out. You need to. Okay? What do you need to avoid? Leadership. Oh, interesting. And we have Libra here with balance. Okay, so what I'm getting for that is you really need to just step back. This reminds me of a reading I done. I want to say I just did it this week, because I do my readings sometimes a few days ahead or a week ahead. And there was something about, you need to be neutral. You need to be balanced here. You're the balance in a situation. You don't need to be stepping up telling everybody what it is that they need to do and how they need to do it. You don't need to take charge of the situation. You can maybe, if asked, and that was part of that message, you can help balance the situation. You can take on a leadership role if asked. But you need to avoid just charging in. I think it was, I had this card with that. Page of Swords. I was sitting here flicking them in my hands. Okay. Yeah. This is, nobody needs to know your bright ideas. Oh my gosh, that was a little harsh, but I'm a Scorpio, so I'm okay with hearing that. Nobody needs to hear your bright ideas or what you think the way it should be, right? So with the Page of Swords, that's kind of a young energy coming in like, oh, I know. Here, I've got great ideas. I've got new ideas. And everybody's like, no, we don't really need to hear that right now. So you need to avoid that type of behavior. This is all going to suit you in some way. So lastly, we have what should you seize? What opportunity? And duality has come up here. And I know this is a symbol for something, but right now, if you can see it on the card, look it up. I do not remember what it is. I know it's something about doctor, but it's something else. And I cannot remember. But what I want to say is, again, we're at a 9. Okay. Duality. I almost feel, let me pull this card with it, death, okay. I almost feel like in the month of August, the opportunity that you need to grab a hold of or seek on is, I want to go back to balance, because I feel like this is balanced, right? But also, you need to accept the good parts of you, and you need to accept the negative or shadow parts of you. And you need to figure out how to work on them both together. Duality, it's like the yin and the yang, the masculine and feminine energies, right? They balance. They really want you to seize the opportunity to work on those, because the death card come up with it, which is death and rebirth. Something needs to die out here, because duality, the balance isn't there right now. And it's going to be different for everyone, but what needs to die out so that you can be reborn, so to speak, so that you can come back and be able to balance the light and the shadow without, or with ease, maybe it would be the way to say it, so that you can balance those two energies with ease. Okay, I like this for you, Scorpio. That's pretty good. All right, not a bad month. You know, it feels like there's going to be, I don't know, there's just some sort of confusion surrounding all of this communication. It may be a bit of trust issue with another person, or just believing in yourself. But it's like you're coming to all of these endings and new beginnings, but they want you to not try to take control of everything. And healing is important too. So, and just showing gratitude that I feel like you've made it through it all with your head above the water. So good job. Let's do one last overall energy card here for you. Energy. Virgo showing up here in the orange. You know what it made me think of? You know, little kids, I don't know, they may do it for adults too, but they always slice the oranges up for the soccer games. I don't know why that just came into my mind, but it's like it gives them a little extra pep in their step, right? You know, maybe a little bit of a sugar rush, a little bit of a boost to get through. And I want to say that maybe because I'm talking about food, this is food, and I'm talking about food, I think this is kind of being health conscious to do, you know, to help you through all this, the healing, the communication that's going to be muddled in some way, trying to work through this duality, trying to remain balanced without sticking your nose in, right? I just feel like they're also saying you need to also work on your health with the Virgo here in the food. You need to, especially for this, you need to be nourishing your body, and for the healing too in some way. So maybe it's the food that you take in, or I really do feel, or it could even be an exercise regime, but I feel it's more about the food that you take into your body. You need to be nourishing yourself and your vessel type of thing, right? So that you can work through all of this. And there's no time like the present to start, so make it the month of August. Anyway, that's your overall message, Scorpio. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I will see you next month.